Nahi prapashyami mamapunudhya yachokam uchchoshanamindriyanam avapya bhuma vasapannamriddham Rajyam Suranam Apichadhipatyam. So today we shall be discussing Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 shlok number 8. As you know that Arjun, who is in a deep sorrow by seeing that most of his friends, well-wisher, his elders, teachers are against Arjuna in the battle of Mahabharata, where he needs to fight them, he needs to kill them, and after that what he is going to get is the kingdom of Indraprastha and Hastinapur. Arjuna says that it is better not to fight, because even though if he wins the battle, what he will gain he cannot enjoy, because all the gifts which Arjun receives in his life, he shares it with his friends, relatives and elders. So if he gets a thing which is tainted with the blood of his own people whom he has killed, so what is the point in fighting? Such a compassionate soul. But this war has come as a duty for Arjuna, not as a whimsical war for gaining material objects, like there have been many plunderers who have been attacking our nation from the northern side of the country. It's a history of plunderers basically in the whole world, in the form of whether it is imperialism, communism or whatever ism. So it's a very very strange situation. To this Krishna replies, Arjuna, stand and fight. Give up such petty weaknesses of the heart. Then today Arjun is saying, as his final understanding, that I cannot find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on the earth with sovereignty like that of demigods in the heaven. So this is what Arjuna is saying, that no matter what I get, but it will not drive away my grief which I will experience after the war. So no amount of result, whether I lose, whether I win, will bring happiness and peace in my life. So it is Arjuna's final verdict that he will not fight this battle. So Sri Krishna, who is the supreme personality of this universe, who is God, Krishna does not have a body like us. Our body is made up of material objects. Our bones, blood, skin, veins, they are all made up of matter. But Krishna's body is not like that. Krishna's body is transcendental. The element which is used in Krishna's body is known as Satchitanand, an element which is all conscious, which is ever existing and which is full of bliss. And that is the constituents of a soul. So we are soul, but we are covered with matter, and Krishna is Supreme Lord, who is never covered with matter. So this is a very big difference between God and us. And only when we surrender to Krishna, when we surrender to God, then with God's blessing, with Krishna's blessing, this covering is taken from us. This covering is given to us by Maya, an energy of the Lord, an inferior energy of the Lord. And we also retrieve our real nature, our spiritual body. So Krishna is saying to Arjun through Arjun, actually he is talking to all of us, to you, to me, to all, that with material understanding, with material progress, we can never solve the real problems of the life. So, what is the real problem of the life? The real problem of life is a problem which is common to all people, which is nobody is able to solve it. You see, in our platform, in human society, if a patient is in dreadful situation, in misery, then it is a kind of a happiness for the doctor or the people in the medical profession. For the medicine seller, it is a boon, it's a gift. For a doctor, it is just nice. When people fight, they are in miserable condition. But that miserable condition is a boon, is a benefit for the lawyers, for the notary, for people in the legal profession. So, material problems are actually relative problems. And similarly, happiness is also relative. One is unhappy, then the other becomes happy. So, this is the problem with the material things. And spiritual happiness is for all. It is not that somebody is unhappy, then one becomes happy. It is not such. It is happiness, it is bliss for all. So Krishna, with the medium of Bhagavad Gita, is giving us this great knowledge and requesting us and guiding us to solve the real problems of life, not just the temporary problem. Of course, when there is an urgent need, we should take care of it, but the real problems has to be solved. A person who dies without solving the problem of birth, disease, death and old age is addressed as a miserly person, a miser. Miser is a person who has the ability to spend, still he doesn't spend, and he lives a miserly life. So, a human being, when a soul receives this great human body, which can solve all the problems for all the time, especially the problem of birth, disease, old age, and death. Yes, death can be solved. Yes, old age can be solved. And birth can be solved. That's the reason Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam, that one must try to see the problem of birth, disease, old age, and death when you are in a human body. So this is a really a special thinking. And when you solve it, everything else is solved. So, how to solve this problem? So, Arjuna did a wonderful thing, that he surrendered to Krishna. So, this is the process, that we should surrender to Krishna. But how to surrender to Krishna? That a spiritual master, a guru, will teach us. Guru will not impart us material knowledge. Guru doesn't solve material difficulties. Material problems are of course solved, but in a spiritual way. And that needs a little higher intelligence to comprehend all these concepts. So Guru is not connected with our material difficulties, but he solves our spiritual problems. So Guru takes us to the God through the medium of sadhan bhakti, rag bhakti, bhav bhakti, and ultimately prem bhakti. When we surrender to Guru, a spiritual master, and we completely dedicated to him or her and obey their orders as our life and soul, then the blessing comes. So, just like Arjun, we should also surrender to a spiritual master. So, if there is no spiritual master in your life, what you can do is, you can chant the name of Krishna. Chanting the name of Krishna is so auspicious, and especially it is recommended for this time, that no religious activity is as helpful as chanting the name of God. And this you can do anywhere. You do not need anybody else. You just need to know, okay, such a process exists. So you chant the name of Krishna at your home. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day, you will see that the spiritual energy, which is known as the internal energy of the Lord, will become very active in your life, and this energy will bring spiritual master, will bring first saintly people in your life. You will see that you'll meet some saintly people while you're traveling in a train, bus, or in a plane, or you'll meet some saintly people in your vicinity or at your friend's house, or you'll get an opportunity to organize a kirtan program at your home. You get an opportunity to visit some spiritual place. So such things will become active in your life, and that is the result of your chanting Hare Krishna. And as you will chant Hare Krishna sincerely, it will attract some great personality, some great devotee in your life, and he will accept you as his student, and your life will become just perfect after that. And who is a spiritual master? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that a spiritual master is not a person who is very academically qualified. Of course, it could happen that he is also academically well educated, but that is not so important. What is more important is his understanding of Krishna, his surrender to Krishna, dedication towards Krishna is more important. Kiba Vipro, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kenonai, Jai Krishna Tattvaveta, Sei Guru Hoy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says it doesn't matter that a spiritual master should a Brahmana or a Shudra, it doesn't matter. What matters is that he should be adept in the science of Krishna consciousness. He should understand the science of Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. That is more important. And just academic knowledge will never solve the problem of birth, disease, old age and death. Because spirituality has its own principle. And a person who is dedicated to Guru, dedicated to the process, can understand and adopt the principles, and understanding the value of these principles, he can deliver them. He can share it with the surrendered students. So this is the understanding that by surrendering to a Guru, we can solve the real problems of the life, which is birth, death, old age and disease. And Arjuna, who is in the middle of a battle, is perplexed that he cannot solve his real problems. He is bewildered completely because life has brought him in a junction where he has to fight with his own people. Now what to do? Now this spiritual knowledge will help him to take the right decision, to the right course of action, which will ultimately lead him to a spiritual destination, which is love of God, love of Krishna. This is the ultimate goal of Bhakti Yoga. So, learning from Arjun, we should also pray to Krishna by chanting his name, that, O Lord, please send a great spiritual personality in our life so that we can serve him and receive your mercy and your blessings. So with wishes, I stop here today, and tomorrow we shall continue again with the next verse. Hare Krishna.